from this to, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, buddy. All right, hey guys, it's Biff from Fearless Mods. Today, we're about 2 weeks out from dyno. You saw in the last episode, we got the downpipe mocked up. And so now we're gonna have Nathan weld this stuff up and work on anything that we can get done. We're gonna finish up the downpipe. We're gonna work on some other intake, maybe try to get the hot side of the turbo done to the intercooler. But anyway, stay tuned, more coming at you.
Oh, you gotta go take it to Kentucky?
Yeah, we're going to Louisville to Dynasty. It's like top of the line for Haltech. The final product going in. Well, not quite final. It's all tacked together. Sweet. Alright, so this one is going to be a complete pain because there's no way I can put a center punch on it, and I really don't know where this is going to end up lining up. So this 90-degree elbow I got is actually off a Dodge Ram 2500, I think. It's actually not like a perfect 90 degrees, so it actually shoots me out a little low, which means I have to come back up above the body here, and then I'm going to have to loop back down through here. So I'm moving on to the next thing here, and that's going to be fabricating the dump pipe for the wastegate there. I'm not going to do recirc because I don't really care, and kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to do a dump pipe straight to the ground. I guess you call it like a screamer pipe. 2 welds. Just the V-band flange, and then 1 little angled turn to get it to go straight down and keep it away from all the power steering or the rack and stuff like that, so nothing gets burnt up. Hey, how's it going, guys? So on Monday I was able to have Nathan the welder come over, and we got most of the downpipe welded up. So here it is mounted on, bolted onto the turbo kind of. But the bad part was we didn't have the flex pipe in yet, and I think that came in a couple days ago. So now we have the flex pipe, but we have no Nathan. Nathan actually just moved today. Because I've been sick for the past, I don't know, 4 days, kind of screwed in that aspect. I've been recovering from a stomach bug, so now I'm gonna try to get some more work done on the car because we're down to about a week and 2 days. Just gonna have to tough it out and get some stuff done. So if you look at these bushings right here for the fuel injectors, it'll focus, you can tell they're kind of eaten up. Cylinder 2, that this could have been what was giving us our misfire problems if we weren't getting the right amount of fuel in there, because that was the one that seemed to be the most affected, and it was kind of putting the injector in there off center. We got some new ones here that I'm gonna toss on before I throw on the Deechworks 740cc injectors, and then I'm gonna get to work on drilling out the PCV and running lines for the new oil catch can. Total side note, if you're running a fuel pressure regulator that's not in line, like my what is that, a Tomei, this is where you're gonna put the fuel rail block off or whatever. just at the back of the fuel rail there, or goes this way, the back of the fuel rail. Just gonna take these new ones, and I don't really think you need to lube them up or anything. I don't know why you would need to, they're just bushings, but I'm just gonna pop them in. And this is gonna give us a perfect concentric, like, I don't know, base for the new injectors, so we won't have to worry that they're off center or anything. The reason why I took off the intake in the first place, this catch can is really crappy. We're not going to use this one. We ordered a Mishimoto 3-port baffled and filtered. Thank you, Mishimoto, for that. So we got the 3-port one, and we're going to run that right there. Is a one-way check valve for the PCV, right where my finger is. Hook up the catch can there, which means that I'm going to have to delete this part, which is where it normally hooks up. So I'm gonna have to do what everyone else does, remove this and weld these shut. For the other part, I'm just gonna hook it up to the valve cover, same as this one. Simple enough. And then I think I'm just gonna hook up a air filter for the third one to vent it to atmosphere. The main pain was getting to the PCV, so that's why I took off the intake. These are some Deechworks 740cc injectors. I decided to get these instead of the 5.0s just because I know the brand. I'm going to be running these with the Walbro 525, I think, for around 450 wheel. I already have all this cleaned out, and we got the new bushings in there, so all I need to do is take some of this lubricant, lube up the O-rings, and then pop them in. Originally, there was this little hose off of the PCV that went up and connected to this, which was connected with those 4 ports, but we went and crimped these down and then welded them shut, so then we don't need this anymore. Alright, so did all this with TIG, but now we're down to, we don't have our welder person, so we're going to use our welder MIG, and I'm going to do a little bit of tacking here. Did a little bit of practicing on here with the MIG, and it seemed to do okay, better than I can do with TIG. So I'm going to try to work on this dump pipe here just a little bit, tack the flange on here a little bit, and then see if I can weld that on and maybe get this welded, and then that would be complete. I think it'll work. I think that'll hold. Yep, right there. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on like before I put the wastegate in. What are we doing, Riley? So I was trying to run the oil pressure sensor, but it's not long enough, so now I have to pull the entire dash again. Happy about that? Yeah, of course. And then I have to pull the engine or off the mounts, and then we have to weld the bung on, and then clean it out and put it back on and drop the engine back in, and then put the intake back on, and then I'm pretty much done. We got the new seats, it's all lined up now, so we get good spray patterns. Went ahead and removed a couple little extra little bracket that was here, and then this piece that was on here, we went ahead and sawed it the rest of the way off, so we got a smoother run here to try to get our hot side of the turbo piping down into here. That one's going to be one of our challenges, I think. Downpipe, about to finish it.
Gonna get the flex pipe on there, and I think we're gonna delete the delete, which is a double negative, I know. So we're actually adding 3-inch pipe all the way back to where the other 3-inch pipe begins. Otherwise, we're gonna be getting to going from 2.5 off of the turbo, flaring it out to 3 until we get through the flex pipe, dropping back down to 2.5 for the test pipe, and then back to 3 out the tail end. So we're just going to delete the delete, and that deletes the 2.5-inch pipe, and then we're 2.5 down to the flare, and then 3 all the way out. And we also want to make sure all the other gauges are working, right? We need to make sure we got a good temperature gauge and all that stuff. Is it the MAF?
Intake air temp.
Intake air temp. We're gonna have to get one of those in there. We'll probably just have Dynasty do that for us. And then we have a, we've marked a spot on the downpipe for the wideband bung. All right, so we've done a lot of odds and ends stuff today. A lot of, well, Riley's worked on the intake. Now he's working on his wastegate. He put the boost controller. It's on the car, but we've got the flex pipe on the exhaust. And so now what I'm trying to do is just get the last bit of angle here so that we can put this flange on here. And it's going to be on there. I already cut an initial angle, but you can see it's going to be on there at a little bit of an angle. It's not just a left and right perpendicular to the pipe. It's got a little bit of angle to it this way too. So got to figure out how best to get that clamped in there and cut that. Unfortunately, we're out of argon on both the big tank that we were using for TIG, so we switched over to MIG on the little tank, and now it's empty. So we've just got to get some argon. We'll probably just fill both of them so that we have them. It really makes a difference in the welds. There is one of the initial beads I ran with the MIG. Looks quite nice. And then there's one of them that I ran after the argon ran out. Does not look quite nice. There's another one that was with, and then the other half without. This is just going from the back of the flex pipe. It deletes the cat delete and goes back to the rest of the exhaust right there. So it'll go from the back of that over to the that exhaust pipe right there. So that's the piece that we're making. And so we've got the flange. It's clocked right. It will go in here a certain amount, and we will weld that in. Everything forward of that is going to be heat wrapped. It does get a little close to the firewall right there. That's bolted up pretty tight, and it's got about 1/8 of an inch in there, so just enough room for the heat tape. Going to make the floorboard a little warm, so no rubber floor mats in this 240. So we're real close on the exhaust. Just need to get the argon before we heat wrap it. We want to be able to put the wideband bung in the downpipe, so we'll do that. As you saw Riley messing with there, the dump pipe is done. So we got dump pipe, downpipe. Really, once we get the argon, those are a done deal. So now it's really just some last minute assembly, and then just slapping everything together, and it should be pretty much ready to go. To it. Off issue. Wastegate.
Yeah.
And
so it goes
dump pipe.
compressor housing, feeds back through here to the bottom of the boost controller, and then this is set at a certain PSI. And whenever it hits that, it opens and sends it to the wastegate.
All right, hey guys, it's a new day, another in the series of days where we're working on this. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and pull the exhaust back off so we can drill and weld the bung in there for the wideband sensor, and then we will heat wrap it all the way down to probably the last 45 so it can clear the firewall. Alright guys, it is wideband bung time. So we want this to be 12 to 15 inches from the turbo. We're at, or I'm sorry, 12 to 18. We're at 15, so right in the middle. And I've got it positioned around here so it clears brake booster and steering and blow off. Alright, So the bung is on. So I would say we'll probably want to wrap it from here to the top, if and we can. You can sure tell the difference with that with the argon in the mix. Just even the sound of the arc is so much cleaner.
Alright, so off camera what I did here was where we had the bad argon, I kind of ground those welds down, and I'm going to throw down a good bead. Much better than that porous one we had before. Still not perfect, there's a pore right there, but for the most part much better.
Alright guys, good news. So we just put this back in to remark the alignment here so that this is lined up good, and we were able to feed this back up through the front. This may be the longest downpipe known to man, but it's removable from the top of the engine.
Downpipe, O2 bung, heat wrap,
Woo!
and that flange, we got all that.
Dude, huge, 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 huge. Woo! That's awesome. Victory.
That's awesome. That's big
Dude.
Progress.
That is so friggin' awesome. Never did anything like that before. That is so fun.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to do.
Fab work, welding stuff up, man. Cutting stuff, welding it, making something out of nothing. So cool. So what are we into that for? That's this flange, I'll add the pipe in. You had one reducer and the flex pipe, and the other flange. 4 things.
The reducer was like 10. The flex pipe was like 30. That flange is probably 10. That yeah, probably another 10. So 60.
60 bucks. The pipe, we have some left. We got extra, but 2.5. And I'm even including this pipe, which we haven't even shown you this. But this is going to set down in there like that and just be money.
Yep.
So with the 1.5, the 2.5, and the 3-inch pipe, I want to say it was around probably $240 maybe for all that pipe. Our welder that did all the TIG and the pie cuts, that was free, man. He did it. Nathan knocked it out of the park like you saw. So the whole thing there, let's say 300 bucks. Which is about right, but that's a custom downpipe.
So it's a cat delete downpipe.
Yeah, a cat delete downpipe. It is a cat delete downpipe.
Yeah.
But it is once we get past the 2.5 that exits the turbo and go to 3, we're 3 all the way to the back.
Oh, also took out the silencer ring so I can be so I have less more turbulence going into my turbo, but more spool noises. Intercooler piping's on the way. Tile Q blow-off valve is on the way. Silicone rad hoses are on the way because where'd it go? This thing, I'm worried about it leaking.
Alright guys, so that is going to be a wrap. This was a lot of Riley taking care of business with Nathan. You know, pieces, parts, me doing parts of it, them doing parts of it, but it all came together here in the end. 1 week from tomorrow, we head down to Louisville to Dynasty to let them start taking care of some other things that we need to do. We'll cover that later. The plan is to get this video out to you here as soon as I can, here within a day or two. Continue doing all the other things we need to do to it, and then get that video out to you as we prep to go to the dyno. And then it's just going to be just mad, crazy, cool, fun videos. On the dyno. I think Riley's going to try to shoot, he might even live stream, I don't know, but he wants to do some vlogging on that, and we're going to take you there with us. So we're getting close. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope it's as exciting to you as it is to us. That's a huge milestone for us. That takes a lot of work, and so we're happy to be to this point. Please remember to like and subscribe. Here's the problem. I have about this many subscribers that are watching my videos, and this many people who are non-subscribers that are watching my videos. So all of you people that are watching these videos and aren't subscribed, click the button down there, man. Shoot our subscriber count up on Fearless Mods and take us to the next level. And all of you that are down here, that are subscribed and are watching, thank you guys, man. You guys are making the channel, making this a lot of fun for us to do. Thanks a lot for staying tuned, and take care. We'll see you next time.